We are live, rolling. Okay, so Lugaroo, Dan, we are trying to get you live so that you can talk with Bones, who wants to have a legitimate conversation with you, right? This isn't
Yes.
trolly. This isn't crazy. Like, the join link will be just you and him. Me and Richard will take ourselves off, and it will just be you and him. He's a vet. You're a vet. You guys can talk man to man. And if you want to set something up with me personally, I'm also right here to do the same. To everybody who's been waiting for over an hour at this point for Mr. Lugaroo to join the link, I apologize, but we're trying. We're trying. We've been trying for the last 2.5, 3 hours to get him on. So yeah, it's just click the link, and yeah, that's it. And then you and Bones can have it out, man to man. He just wants to talk because he legitimately cares about you.
I genuinely, I watched your response, and I genuinely have a lot to say, and it's literally nothing that's like dogging you or pissing on you or anything. It's all like, I wish to make this situation like good for everyone. But I can't communicate that to you without at least talking via voice.
He wants to have a real conversation with you,
Yes.
not just a couple texts back and forth. Just talk it out, and we can discuss it and set up whatever the heck you want.
The whole reason this is like happening is because I watched the video and then I reached out to Focus. I was like, dude, I like want to talk to this guy. And this isn't like because I like want to tell him off or because I'm mad. This is genuinely like, brother, I care. Like, you get to see me in my shitty cam for a second because my other one broke. Like, I'm here. It's real.
So, for those, I suppose it would make sense to give some background. Let me copy and paste this over here so that people can at least see what we are referring to. Pull this over here. Technical issues. Life is difficult. This gentleman made a response video. My response to internet bullying and the trolls that thrashed my channel. Now, that would be us here on this panel because we did a live stream on some of this gentleman's older content, which, you know, we found quite funny. Now, he took great offense to that, and which is all right. You know, I think it's actually okay if somebody is mad about the way that you talk to them, if they feel disrespected. That's all fine. But if you want to talk it out, we are all here to discuss it. And so there is a 16-minute response video that he posted on his channel. You can go check it out. It is Lugaroo Tactical. And he was not happy with us whatsoever. And so we just want to talk it out. And yeah, Mr. Fart is very correct that Bones is a freaking smoke show.
Let's go. Right. Hell yeah.
Actually, we're actually getting rid of Richard. Bones, the new co-host.
Oh my God.
Just for the sex appeal.
Yeah, in 30 FPS too on this camera.
Yeah. Well, no, it's 20
Thanks,
FPS
guys.
right now.
It's been fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. What, Richard?
It snapped into the void.
Literally who? Where is Lugaroo still? Well, yeah, Lugaroo, we want you to come on and talk to Bones. Bones wants to speak with you, good sir. So I know you're still here. You're still hanging out. He wants to talk to just you. What's up, homie?
Did we get a couple of super chats?
We did, but I'm desperately trying to get Lugaroo
on.
Well,
I was going to say, why don't, as a show of good faith, why don't we go ahead and send him the $25 that we've got, or $20 that we got already?
Well, no. So we have, I think, 35 so far.
Oh, is that what we're up to?
Brian Winters. Actually, we have even more now. Brian Winters said we have quite a bit of money so far. That's if Lugaroo joins, I will give
only up to $20 so far.
No, we're up to almost 40. I will give everything that this stream makes to Lugaroo if he clicks the link to join. 100% of it, including the YouTube
for everyone to see.
And like I said, I at least, like, even if you don't want to go live, right? I would like to just talk to you for a couple minutes, just us. I have things I would like to talk to you about that are just for you. This isn't like I'm trying to get a reaction out of you, a rise out of you on YouTube. This is me, like, I genuinely wish to have at least a small conversation with you. That's it.
Yeah, Bones has been playing the good cop, and he's been trying his hardest. He's been working on this really hard freaking the last 3-4 hours at this point. It's been a while. And
Yeah.
I've been a little bit more aggressive, of course, because I just want him to talk. Like, I don't know why we can't just talk. Like, that's the whole problem, was that we talked about him and disrespected him, but why can't we just talk? And then we'll do the face-to-face thing. We'll do a shootout. We'll do whatever you want, sir. Let's do it.
Yeah, it's been over 3 hours. I just checked the first message from Discord when I had reached out to you.
Shoot,
try.
Heathen. What did Heathen say?
He didn't
Yeah,
want to
super
talk
chats.
about it on YouTube. But
Well,
then why
so
did he make a 16-minute video?
No, he can come on and we can take this back offline and he can talk to Bones, just him and Bones. Not a problem at all. And I'm saying, you, whatever this stream makes, I'm going to send it to you guys. Okay. Just hop on a call with Bones, even if it's completely offline. Right.
Oh,
and you guys
the
can
Heathen
talk it out.
Coalition. That's going to probably be his girlfriend.
I believe
Right.
so. Girlfriend, wife.
Okay.
I'm not sure about the relationship there, but I know that they are, there's
Okay.
some relationship there.
I was wondering who it was. I was going to say just some random person show up in chat. No, it's okay. Makes sense now. That's fine.
Hey, it's Zorps. In Zorps, you were directly called out in his video.
Oh,
absolutely. No, did you watch the response, Richard? Because he called out everybody that was on that stream, including Logan, all those guys.
I got to see a few minutes of it. I have been busy laying concrete and working foundation, so I was extremely busy. That's
so
why.
Lugaru Tactical is in the chat. He says, you people are all disrespectful. That's the point. No, we want to have a conversation with you. Listen, there are going to be thousands of people that watch this. And if you want to defend yourself publicly, as we made fun of you publicly, we are giving you the opportunity to rebuttal all of that, right?
And if you don't even want to be live, I just I want to talk to you because I am not disrespectful. Like, I'm not doing this to try to farm content or to try to get another opportunity to rag on you. I genuinely think this could be a good outcome for literally everyone involved.
Yes.
I would just like to make it happen, or at least make it a better situation.
With you and talk, because I have interesting questions as well. I would like to know a little bit more about you, where you come from, training, stuff like that, because I think that's much more interesting than just, laughing at somebody's content. Right?
I'd like to,
and if you're comfortable with that, I'd love to make that happen too. That's absolutely.
I'd like to hear more about it too, but I would also like to push back and say that he doesn't care about wasting people's time.
Well, I would like to just come on and talk. Like, we're just going to have a conversation. We don't have to yell at each other. If you don't want to do it live, me and Richard will leave and you and Bones can talk offline. Literally no problem.
And if you want to come in here and tell me to my face that I am a disrespectful piece of shit and then leave and no one will hear it, listen, man, you're welcome to.
Wait, if you just want to come in here and say your piece on the live stream, we will quietly let you monologue whatever it is that you want to say to us. We're giving you that opportunity, plus all of the super chats. Anything that this stream makes, I'll send to you.
And plus, it will be great exposure for his channel if he does decide to make content going forward.
Well, correct. Yeah. And if you come on and just make a good show of yourself, just talk honestly and whatnot, people will want to check out your videos. They'll want to check out your channel, and it's good for you. It's literally a fantastic opportunity to get yourself out there.
There's genuinely a lot of things I want to say to you that I think that would be best received just you and I, and that's why I'm not saying them now, because I don't want to put it all on blast for everyone. And that is really what I hope we can make happen.
Correct. Yes. This would be a much larger platform for rebuttal, right? And I'll let you just monologue it out, whatever you want, and then we can talk it out. Or again, if you don't want to do any of that, just hop in the call and we will go offline and you and Bones can talk it out. That's it.
Yes, sir.
Right? Super easy, completely private, unrecorded, just the two of you. Me and Richard won't even be in there. It'll just be the two of you. You guys can talk it out. Also, I hope everybody had a wonderful Sunday today. I know this is very late.
Yeah.
It's
I was
11 o'clock for me.
Yeah, I was out running around all day today, so I just when I saw the video, I pretty much got home and immediately had messaged you about this.
Yeah, got the notification earlier today sent in Discord, and I had a few minutes while I was checking out at Home Depot. I listened to just a few minutes of it, and then I got back home and I finished up maybe about 30 minutes before I got the notification from you, John,
Mm.
and that was it. And I
Well,
said, yeah,
right,
well, let's
because
go.
again, Lugaroo did call out everybody in that stream specifically. I think there were 7 of us, 8 of us,
I
something like
believe
that
so,
in there.
I
yeah.
mean,
So
we
he
were
did.
just
So I
having a good
mean,
laugh. I thought it was hilarious, and I thought it would be great to like. He has a great personality and like a good sense of humor, right? That's the way I seen it. I think he should move like go the Master Kin route with it, right? Like the
yes.
axes and the hatchet thing. That was hilarious. I thought that was great entertainment,
Mm.
right?
Aiden Finney says, "Is Lugaroo the guy from the stream 4 days ago?" Yes, correct. We covered a couple of his videos. Oh, that's
I
right.
have
Yes, Logan also had a good match after shooting. Congratulations, 5th out of
nice.
26, and that's only like 2 weeks after like brain surgery. So
Yeah.
imagine what he could do if he had the rest of his brain.
Yeah,
Yep. He got a
exactly.
lobotomy, and he's still doing well.
Yeah.
Very proud of him.
So I have a lot to say, and it's meant for him. Yeah, I have actually never
LMAO.
shot. I've never shot a competition before, actually. Not once. Not yet.
I have mixed feelings on competitions.
I must say this is a unique
Well, people
experience.
want to talk to you. Like, you are the person of the hour. You made a response video to us, and we are giving you an open platform to come on. So Lugaru Tactical says, "I must say this is a unique experience watching so much hate." That's just trolls in the chat, right? The chat is going to troll
Yeah,
whoever is on screen. That's just what they do, right? Like soulless beings just waiting to pick the bones of the dead. I almost want to go live and pray for you, empty, hollow things. What,
Hey.
you can come on here and say whatever you would like, and that gives you the opportunity to say your piece and let us
I,
have it. And we're here to listen and to talk to you, right? Because I want
I'm
to have a
down for a
conversation.
prayer.
there
I'm
is
down for a
literally
prayer. Come
no
on and have
hate.
a prayer.
I have zero hate in this entire conversation coming from my heart. There is nothing of malice. It is purely good intentions. I don't know how much more obvious I can make it. I'm trying so hard.
Yeah.
I just thought I thought it was funny, right? That's where I'm coming from on the stance. I thought it was the only thing that bothered me a little bit was when he was shooting and we could see cars driving by in the background. That was a little, but
Well,
hey,
so the heathen coalition comes in and says he talks a lot of to be saying it's good for him. You made a video about him. You're ridiculous. This isn't the exposure he wants. Well, nobody wants to be made fun of, but it is the internet, right? And if I put up a bad video from 5 years ago, people are free to make fun of it. That is just the way the world operates. And it's not like a hate thing. It was, we found some of the stuff funny. And if you don't find it funny, you are welcome to come on and rebuttal us. And again, maybe that content wasn't good exposure, but this would be, because we're giving you a complete opportunity to defend yourself, to call us out for our bad behaviors, and do it in a respectful setting. And if you want to do it face to face, we can set that up as well, right? I'm down for
There,
all of it.
there is, now this is, I'll bring this together, but on YouTube, there's a YouTube channel called Bikes and Beards, and he made a video where he kind of dunked on Orange County Chopper dude. I forget his name. Paul
Tuttle,
Senior. I forget his name. Not Paul Harrell. Rest in peace.
Tuttle,
Well, you know what I'm talking about?
Tuttle.
Yeah. So he dunks on him a little bit in this video, kind of saying like his bikes are overpriced and all this stuff. It's very similar to what we did, and he makes a response video. He's pissed. He takes it serious, and he's like, I call these guys out. This is ridiculous. And then they come together. They
And
make the situation better. They make awesome content, and they both
and
become better because of it.
yes,
If you know what I'm
yep.
talking about, Richard.
At the end, I believe the end of the video, they even closed it out with a prayer.
Yes.
Yeah, it's wonderful content, right?
Mhm.
He thinks we're all a bunch of soulless, heartless pricks, and I could see where I would come off like that, right? You guys are wonderful. I'm just an asshole, and I fully own that. But I'm not always that way, right? I just like to have a laugh. That's where I'm at. And if he wants to come on and have a laugh, we'll do that. If he wants to say a prayer, we'll do that. If he wants to just, talk about his experience and his life, I'm down to hear it. If you don't want to talk about any of that to anybody and you just want to have some words with Bones, I'll go fuck off. I know we're a little early in the stream, but sorry. I'm dropping.
Well, we're not quite that
in.
early because we've been sitting here for a while.
Yeah,
I
that's
know.
fine.
I've been here for an hour and a half.
There was a lot of you guys in the chat too for the previous hour. So thank you guys for hanging out and waiting for this to go.
Yeah.
So again, Lugaroo has the link. It is in his Instagram DMs. I sent it to him there. We tried to get it to him in his YouTube comment section.
We tried so hard.
we were both commenting like 20 plus times back and forth in different comment chains to get this going. So we have been working. We've been working on this. And we'd like to have him on to say his piece, right? And Bones just wants to have a conversation. Whatever Lugaroo wants, you can have. Like, that's fine.
We are trying. We are trying to make this happen. Like in the most friendly way possible.
Mm-hmm. Well, so Randy has a good point. He says he didn't like Protraband much and ended up liking him after he went on here. He rolled with the punches pretty well. Yes, people, depending on the person, they can be very different in a live stream versus an edited video. So like if somebody's on here and they're just really chill, like Othias from Sea and Arsenal, fantastic to just chat with for hours and hours and hours and hours, right? His content may not be for everybody because not everybody's going to watch a short video, a 2-hour documentary on like John Moses Browning or a 3-hour documentary on John Moses Browning, right? But just having a conversation with him, you can talk with him about anything. Lots of guys like that.
Brother, I'm here right now. I'm here.
Yeah. We want to talk
here.
To Lugaroo. So just
here.
And again, if you want to take
it.
this offline, just talk to Bones. Me and Richard will bounce. And and you can take all the money from all the super chats that we're making, and we will have a great rest of our evening.
Midwest 2A wants to fight everybody, I think.
Midwest, yeah. See, that's the thing about Midwest 2A is Midwest 2A, I think so far has called everyone out, including me, Richard, probably Bones, although I think he called Bones hot. So I think he wants to fight you in a different way.
Oh,
well, hold on. Didn't he even call out your 4-year-old son? I'm pretty sure he did. I think he might have. I think he might have.
Bruce could take him.
I think he. I will. My money's on Bruce.
Well, nobody is going to just take shots at you. You get to respond to all of them because they're already taking the shots at you. But here you have the option or the ability to change their mind. And again, we don't have to do it live. If you want to hop in here, we go offline and you and Bones talk it out, and me and Richard won't even be there.
Yes, I'm not trying to force you to go live, and I'm not trying to take shots at you. That is the opposite of what's happening. If I wanted to, I would already be doing it now. Like if I wanted to make fun of you, I would be doing it, and I don't want to make fun of you. That is not the point.
Bones has been very respectful. Yeah, you get a shout out, Nick.
Hell yeah.
I mean, honestly, the people want you. They're asking for it.
They're nicer than they are to Trench Grenade.
Lugaroo, please grace us with your presence. Well, this is also true. Lugaroo, if you're not familiar with my channel, every guest that I have on, people hate. Like if I have vintage warfare on, people are like, I'm clicking off the stream right now. If I have, some people hate Hop. When I have Hop on or Brassfix, they're like, oh, not the lesbian again. And they leave, right? Hop gets more crap than anybody. Some of it's deserved.
There is less hate in this chat than there is when Trench Grenade comes on.
This is true.
Trench 50,000 subscribers.
Trench gets a lot of hate.
I don't know why.
A lot of hate. They're so mean to him. They are so mean to Trench.
Kind of wild.
And it's everything. They talk about his girlfriend, like literally everything.
His face, his voice. I'm just like, brother, guys.
I mean, who hates Vintage? No, dude, there are people in the chat. They're going to comment on this who are like, dude, if Vintage is on, I'm not watching. Every time.
Yeah.
They hate me because
they hate me because they hate me. That's right.
Sick. Oh, dude, I have something to show Hop that I can't
Lucky
get on YouTube.
That's good. That's good.
I was going to say the only person who is you is Rachel.
Look, here it comes. Here it comes. Trans Grenade. Can we just flip the stream to bullying Trench Grenade? Lugaroo better than Trench. Stench is a tiny lesbian. So that's what I'm saying. Like they hate everyone. My chat hates everyone. If I do go live, they call me gay. If I don't go live, they call me gay. If I'm early, they call me gay. Yeah. If I'm late, they definitely call me gay.
No, they call me gay when we're late.
Well, they hate Richard too. Richard sucks.
Yeah.
I do.
I should
Richard
set up
never-
a goal every night to kick Richard, and once that goal is reached, like 30 minutes into the stream, Richard just gets kicked for the rest.
Obliterated from the stream.
It's actually it's like a hate punching bag. It's like $5 to punch the bag or something.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they're like women. You just borrow them from the streets for a little while.
Yeah.
Or
Exactly.
there's a famous quote by somebody out there.
Mm-hmm. By Hop, he said it.
Who is this? I just saw her again. Where is she? Where'd she go? Alyssa Seymour. I have never seen her before on this channel, and then she shows up on a random live stream trying to get somebody on to talk at 11 o'clock on a Sunday. What a stream to catch up on.
Bold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bold choice. It's like starting halfway through the book. You can't do that. You miss so much lore.
This is such an insane stream to tune into. For your first stream, this is
3 random
insanity.
people yelling at somebody in chat to get on so that we can pay money. Because listen, you're already going to make over $100 if you just show up on stream for 1 second. If you click the link, you make $100. Like, it's free money. Go out and buy yourself something nice. Go out and buy your girlfriend something nice. I don't care.
Yes.
Right? Just click the link, make money.
Yeah. Buy more
Ugh.
rattle cans to paint your rifles, because you said in your video, and I'm getting ahead of myself because I don't want to talk about this without you here, but in your videos you specifically said you put this camo job on your AR, which I thought actually looked sick, and you're like, I rattle canned it, and people are gonna be mad about that, but I did it. Fuck you guys. It's like, dude, everybody loves to rattle can their ARs. Like, the fact you don't know that's crazy, because everybody likes to do that. You're doing it
yeah,
already.
because you showed that off in your video today, and
Yeah.
again, that's a fun thing to do.
Yeah, I get roasted because I Cerakote a few things, and they're like, "Oh, you're stupid." Rattle can.
Exactly.
Nice. He says the rattle can job was good, to be honest.
It did.
And I think it was
liked
too.
I didn't get a chance to see it. I'll have
See,
to go check it out.
even Randy's being nice. It says
What's it?
yeah, his paint job was better. It's the video from today. It's
Can we
towards the end of the video.
show his paint job for the chat?
Oh, actually, yeah, we can pull that up real fast. Oh no, it is here. I just need to actually switch it. All right, so the paint job is towards the end. I wish that you had filmed it the other way so that we could actually see it in better detail, but it's just like the woodland brushstroke camo
That is
job.
actually
Looks
very good.
pretty good. And I mean, the rifle, I think this is one of those wedge lock rails. I'm not entirely sure, but I think it is. So it's a Romeo 5 on a riser. The only thing that I don't like about the build is the Fiocchi light, I think, or the Fiocchi light. I think you could get a better deal on the stream lights personally for the same money, but that's just me. But other than that, it's got like a nice trigger, got an ambi charging handle. I'm sure it's a good shooter.
What are the Fiocchi lights?
What's up?
I've seen.
What are the Fiocchi lights running
They're-
right now? They're like 50, 60
Well,
bucks.
they're pretty cheap. They're like $50-$60. But
Yeah,
it looks like that rail. Yeah, I think it is. I think it is the M76 rail.
they do
So-
work though.
Is the optic still bridged? I didn't even notice. Is it still bridged? Is it close? Let me see. And Lugaru does say some things in this video, like talking about shooting things in front of his gun and some other things that I would like to talk about him.
Brother, the olive branch will never be so extended. We're
Well,
at
and
full
it's-
extend right now.
It's olive branch plus money.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's
Oh yeah,
olive
you're
branch
right.
with
I
the
think it
benefits.
is. I think it is. It is bridged. Yeah. So I just wouldn't push it quite that far forward. I would bring it back like an inch and a half.
So
But it's not that big of a deal.
I have heard
Mhm.
people argue that just putting the front lips of the basically the front edges of the mount on the handguard acts as additional anti-rotation if you don't have
Oh, of course.
anti-rotation.
Yes,
Makes
it does. Absolutely. I've done that before on
Mhm.
rails that like on one of those 15 slot risers that's super
Yeah.
long. I've bridged the upper and lower to hold them together, especially if I wasn't confident in the rail. So
Yeah.
Yep. Lugaru, are you still here, sir? We are
All right,
waiting
it's been
for
a
you.
minute. It's been a minute.
Free money for clicking the join link that is in your DM, sir. Just send you another one just to make sure you get the notification.
Brother,
Just hit
so much
that.
good will come from this for literally everyone.
Is my comment still? Oh, we could. I think there has been a lot of comments on this video. Let me. Why is it so small? Why is that so small? Okay, so, hey man, always happy. As you can see, we've had like 13 back and forths. trying to get this done. Ignore the haters, stay inspired. That's Heathen Coalition right there. Logan says that he will donate $50 if he joins. So we're
God
up to about
damn money bags.
We're up to about 150 now. All you got to do is click the link. That makes sense. Bones, again, 8 replies on this. He's been trying. Tiger Sochi says Lugaroo and Focus need to square off. Office Computer says I don't think a meetup will ever happen. Yeah, but that's vintage soy fair and Johnny Queer.
Yeah.
That's not us. Zorp, yep, Zorp's comment is still here. So yeah, we are trying to get it worked out, but it's just not happening. Hosting an epic bread, Nick, for $5.
That's awesome.
Did he delete your comments? I didn't see Randy's comments on there. So, well, I will say though, in his defense, YouTube is miserable to try and get comments on. It is
horrendous. Yeah,
absolutely miserable. We had to do so much work to just get the replies, and they're like, it would delete like probably 70% of our comments.
Yep.
On there, and we would have to refresh until we finally got them on.
If we put link or certain keywords, it just would obliterate it. It wouldn't go up.
Alyssa says Sig and Leviathan videos. Yeah, that makes sense. Popped up in my feed. First time I can actually catch a stream. Hell of a stream to catch. Yeah, it's a while. Nothing has happened so far. We're 26 minutes in with 300 people waiting around. Lugaroo.
Brother, we're here.
Get chat going in the chat. All right.
I mean, I don't see how this would be bad exposure for his channel, right?
It's so not.
I don't say he's arguing that this isn't, or his girlfriend, wife, whichever she is. I don't see how this could be a negative thing for him, right? Even if there are some trolls and comments.
Well, but there are already trolls and comments, right?
Yeah.
And listen, like if he comes on and has a real conversation, I guarantee you're going to have 1,000,000 times more respect. Which is a big thing, right? Respect, than if not. Actually, speaking of which, Brad just liked my message on Instagram, so he's seen it. He has seen it, and he might be here in just a second. So he is apparently in his Instagram DMs.
Right,
Hop says that he wants to hog him.
Bro,
hog him.
Hop hug.
Sorry. Hug.
Yeah. More than any of the money in the chat.
Hop's hugs are crazy because he has like the Slender Man arms, you know. Like a spider walking.
Does he really look as disproportional in person as what he does in his videos?
Well, when I met him at SHOT Show, he looked like death. Like just eyes shot out. Like it was like the Friday night of SHOT Show, right? So it was like the last night. Just like death. But I mean
rough.
No, he's just very tall. Very tall.
Arm under arm, older. That's funny.
Yeah, that's always awkward when like that. I don't even think I could do an overarm hug. That would be like throwing my shoulder out again. Yep. What's up, bro?
To make it extremely awkward, Hop, you got to split the difference.
He said the link doesn't work.
What?
Did he?
Nick said that.
I will share it again. Invite. Copy the invite link.
That link, boy.
I just sent a new link.
Say it worked for me.
And if you want to join, right? If you're going to, you can join with no camera and no mic, and then we can close the stream. Like,
just let us know. Just let us know, right? Because I sent you a new link. It should just take you to your favorite browser or whatever the default browser on your device is. Now, another way, if it doesn't work for you, Brad, is you can just copy and paste the link like into your Chrome browser or whatever it happens to be, and it should work that way. Because again, you don't need to download anything. It just takes you right here. Oh, there he is.
Sweet. I don't see.
All righty. All right. Now I'm gonna bring him on for just a second, but if he wants to go off, I gotta take everything off. Okay. So Brad, are you there? Can you hear us?
Greetings, dickheads.
What is
up,
how's
it going?
Man?
Well, so before we go any further, I want to respect your wishes. Do you want me and Richard to be gone, or do you want to talk to all of us?
Dude, the whole freaking world knows now, so let's go. What do you want to talk about it?
We don't have to have the initial conversation in the public eye. I actually would want to say a few things to you in private if you're open to it, but I'm not gonna make that happen. It's
and we can always
dude, say what you gotta say, dude. Say what you gotta say.
Cool.
All right. Well, so thank you for coming, man. It's late.
Yeah, first of all,
and
I'd like to say I respect the hell out of you for actually
Yes,
coming on
absolutely.
after the chat was trolling you, and we were kind of. I admit that I was trolling you a little bit and trying to get you to come
A
on.
little
because
bit.
I wanted to have this.
Yeah.
Well, the other night was something else, but this here, because apparently there was. I didn't get to see the video earlier. I just seen about 4 or 5 minutes of it, so I didn't know what the actual response was. I wanted to have a response like this, talk actually, person to person. But I'll let Bones go on, and then we'll all say our piece. But yeah, I definitely respect you for coming on. Thanks, man.
Yeah, I'm very happy. It shows me a lot that you're willing to come out here and talk with us. It's huge. So I wanted to say that I saw the response video, and I wanted to say that I could tell that you took it very personally, and
Kind of hard not to.
and I get it, but I also want to present this to you as, and you said it in this throughout that entire video, you made very valid points that I want to capitalize on and talk more about. Where you had mentioned that those videos that we talked about were from 5 years ago, and if you,
Bones, first of all, what was your MOS in the Army?
I am Fister 13 Fox.
Okay.
So I call in direct artillery. I've been in for 7 years. I've gone to Kenya on a deployment, and I've been to other overseas missions and one U.S. mission.
I respect that.
Thanks, and I respect the tours you did overseas, and I'll hit on that as I kind of remember this.
Appreciate it.
But that's another thing too. Is like you had mentioned that you were a vet and stuff, and like I want this to be better for everyone. So the first thing with you had said like those videos were 5 years old. I have made a video on YouTube with another creator who isn't involved in this, so I'm not going to bring him up. But 5 years from now, I'm sure I will look back on that video and be like, wow, I was dumb. The video was bad. And if people went back and picked it apart, I would laugh with them because I'd probably feel the same way about it. Like the things I
I'm
did
actually glad. I'm actually glad that y'all did that because the video did suck and the earlier videos did suck.
Mhm.
And it was something that I did for fun. It was never really. I mean, it was kind of serious because it was the era of the gun tubers, and I thought it'd be cool to do that too.
Yeah.
I was watching Demo Ranch, I was watching Grand Thumb. I don't know why you guys don't like him. All the other gun tube channels I was watching, I was like, hey, that looks cool. Let me do that, right?
We love Demo.
So
we love Demo.
So yeah, man, I started doing that just to kind of fill it out and see what happens. I had plans to do a lot of videos. It just didn't work out like that. Life didn't work out like that. So every now and then I jump on and make a video, which is sporadic. So how can you possibly see the progress that I made since that video 5 years ago? You can't. And
Yes.
and I get that, dude. What I don't get is just the disrespect that came with it. I mean, bro, you could have took my video apart a lot more respectfully, bro. But y'all just dog me and dog me and dog me. And I feel like Randy Reviews It has a lot to do with this because he's been like my arch nemesis since the freaking Glock and Shell Systems video. So I feel like he brought this on.
He actually did bring it on by posting it in the Discord a while ago, which is what originally brought it to my attention. Now, I want to be clear. Thank you very much for coming on. I honestly did not think you would be here, so I do appreciate you for doing that. 100%. Now, when it comes to your older content and your older videos, to me, my perspective on that is that it's all fair game because I'm someone who's also been creating videos for 8, 9, 10 years or so at this point, and I've made a lot of really bad videos, right? And so for me, my perspective on is that it's all fair game. If somebody wants to be nice and rip apart a video, that's fine. If somebody wants to tear apart a new video and be as mean as possible, that's their prerogative. I put it up on the internet. I can't control what other people think or say about it. This channel, we tend to be a little bit harsher on videos, mostly for comedic effect. Because I think me and you might agree that those older videos, like where the Glock falls out of the holster, that's like dragging down on the belt, there is a comedic element to that, right? Especially when it's like, it's portrayed as like this very tactical content when it's just not, right?
And there was a reason I left that in there because I thought about editing that out. I was like, no, you know what? When you're doing a course, people need to see that mistakes can get made. And I left it in there specifically to show the mistakes. And even in some of my newer videos, like there was when I did the chaos drill with the transitions between the pistol and the AR, when I was reloading, I stumbled with that a little bit, but I want to leave that stuff in there because that's real. That's what really happens when you're on the battlefield. That's what really happens when you're out there doing work. You know, I think those are learning points, and I think people need to see that little incident right there, like my gun dropping out back then, or even as long as it took me to make that mag change on that other video, that can get you killed in the real world. And I think what I was trying to do is bring the realism to it. Now I could have edited it all, made it real pretty, cut out all the mistakes and all that, and just put the shit that I thought was cool in. But I chose not to do that. Because when you start really training and you start seeing real mistakes made out there, that can cost you your life really quick. And I just want people to be aware of that.
Now, another thing that I know that you've talked about in some of your previous videos is that you talk about training content. And there's a difference to me between fun content, which is just for the giggles, like somebody shooting in their backyard, I don't really care, right? Versus somebody who's like, this is what you should do, I'm out here training and whatnot. And I put that at a higher standard than just like, somebody goofing off their back porch, basically. Yeah. And so like with another video that you did, the review video, where on camera, it looks very sketchy the way you're shooting, like that's something that is to a higher level, in my opinion, right? Because you're saying you're giving buying recommendations to people. So for me, it's a higher level than just like, oh, hey, look, guys, I'm shooting this thing in my backyard or something, right?
And the axes, the hatchets, I thought that was for fun, obviously, right?
Dude, I've got a black belt in Kali, bro. That was a basic Senawali drill. Anybody that does Kali, you'll see that all the time. You can see it in some of my other videos.
What's the name of the martial art?
Kali.
While you look that up, I want to add that I think there's a lot of respect with leaving bloopers in and mistakes in and stuff. I think that you should be ready to own it and express that, and express it in a way that you understand that mistakes can be made and things weren't ideal, and it gives you the ability to show how much you've improved. Like how you had mentioned that we don't know where you're at right now because those videos were so old and things like that. I agree, and I think you have an awesome opportunity to kickstart YouTube again if it's something you were interested in, right? And show like look back and be like, honestly, that's really funny. A lot of this was for fun, and that's why I did it. And I think you have a story a lot of people relate to. You started off early on YouTube. You saw Demo Ranch, people I watched 10 years ago, Grantham. A lot of those guys are like, I want to do this stuff. And you can own that maybe it wasn't ideal or perfect at the beginning. And that's fine because it never is. But show that progression and be able to look back and laugh with everybody about it. Because I almost guarantee you in like 5 or 6 years when I look back on the video that my homie and I made, I'm going to be like, wow, I have come really far, and I'd be happy to show people that.
Well, can we take it back for just a second? So, Dan, can we talk about your personal story? Because I know you said you did 2 tours in Afghanistan. Am I getting that correct?
Iraq.
Okay. And you were in for 4 years in the Army as a gunner?
Yes. Gunner on a gun truck. 88 Mike, but we ended up, we were supposed to just drive trucks, but they put us in gun trucks and did convoy security. So I volunteered to be a gunner, and that's kind of what I stuck with.
I feel you. I'm familiar.
Now, something else that I wanted to talk about a little bit was the bodyguard, personal protection, and then wanting to be in law enforcement. Is that a goal of yours that you still have with law enforcement?
Yeah, it is. Okay. But again, I'm 43. I've got some back issues. I think I could still make it through an academy, but I also want to open my training center. Everybody's going to laugh about that. Oh, this guy don't need to be training nobody. Well, I'm working on my bachelor's degree in kinesiology. So a lot of the tactical strength and conditioning is going to be in there. So ideally, I would like to teach the martial arts, teach the strength and conditioning side, and teach the gun side, which apparently I've got a lot to prove on the gun side, and I'm happy to again show either of y'all what I can do now, and I'll go head up with you any day.
Well,
But
that's the thing
and
when we
that's
talk
my
about like, oh,
that's my competitive nature. But where my heart really is making people better that are in any kind of field where their life's at risk. Anybody that has to carry a gun for a living, in my opinion, needs to be physically fit. A big problem with our law enforcement is that they're not very physically fit, dude, and that's why they get killed a lot. Martial arts, dude, I think everybody needs to do it. I'm real big on a warrior ethos. Bones knows what I'm talking about. I live by that. Um, and even though I'm out of the military and been out for a while, um, that warrior spirit's still in me, and I want to teach the younger warriors that are coming up and make sure they have a place where they can come get proper training, because my training in the military wasn't great. I didn't even fucking start shooting a gun really seriously until I was way out of the military. I mean, what we shot fucking M16s uh, at the low prone in a foxhole and kneeling at up to 400 meters, and that was a lot of it. Other than that, I did some machine gun work with the crew serve weapons, and that's not really that hard. Fucking aim, pull the trigger, and spray. Right? It's not really a lot of skill with that. So I didn't even start really, really trying to, get good with a gun until I was way out of the military. So the military training wasn't there for me. So that's why I always tell everybody, look, dude, I wasn't special forces, I wasn't anything like that, but I was in the military.
At
And
about what age was that when you started to shoot a little bit more often?
it was I
Mid
guess it was
20s.
it was about a year before I made that YouTube video.
Okay, so like
Okay.
That first
2019.
one.
the first
Yeah.
one, the one that we looked at first, the training course video, is that the one?
Yeah, the very first video from 5 years ago. So about a year before that is when I bought that Glock. And, I went out to the range and shot it and realized that I sucked at shooting, and then just kept doing better. That course was the first course I've ever ran. Yeah, it was horrible. It was. I don't even think I hit most of the targets when I was running that. And that wasn't even a Glock. That was a Springfield 45 that I was running.
Oh, okay, in
Um,
that one, yeah.
yeah. And then, well, long story short, my best friend took that gun and unalived himself with it. So I no longer have that gun.
Sorry to hear
So
that,
Sorry to
bro.
hear that.
Yeah.
yeah, so yeah, I bought the Glock. Matter of fact, it was after that. Yeah, it was after that, and I bought the Glock, and then I started really getting serious about pistols and training and just trying to get better. As far as security goes, before I went to the Army, I went to a place called Job Corps, to a security academy. Got out, did security a little bit, then I went to the Army. Got out of the Army, and I wasn't in the tactical world at all. I was in the oil field for a long time. Then I got into restaurant business, managed a couple of restaurants, and then I came back to security. Um, and then the way security is now, it's not like it was back then. The Paul Blart
I-
running around. It's
Trust
a
me.
lot
I
different.
know. I work in security right now, so I 100% get where you're coming from.
Yeah, so I kind of jumped on board that, and I've just been rolling with it ever since. I've took the EP courses. I've done some EP work. And that's the thing. Everybody's like, oh, you're shooting from those videos is some kind of reflection of my EP work. Dude, you don't have gunfights in EP work. You get your principle out of there. That's the point. If you have to shoot, you shoot to get away. You're not shooting to be accurate or be a precision shooter. Your job is to protect the principal, get him in, get him out.
I do kind of want to push back on that a little bit. If you were to take a shot in a defensive role for your principal or whatnot, I would want that shot to be very accurate, because there could be bystanders or things like that. For instance,
Absolutely.
I watched a video the other day of a cop trying to take down a guy in an old folks home. The guy had a chainsaw, and from very close range, he misses the first 2 rounds with like dozens of old people, like in a retirement home in the background. So personally, like I hold those people to a higher standard, right? Which is, again, like if you're in protection work, if you're in law enforcement, like you say you want to do training, that's going to be a very high standard. For instance, a really good shooter that worked for Haley Strategic, I'm not sure if you're familiar with them. He had a ND on camera, which it's like leaving in your mistakes or whatnot, but he got torn apart by everybody in the industry for that, and not just like one little YouTube live stream. Like literally everyone in the industry was talking about it, right? Because this is a professional at a training class making a mistake like that.
Mike Glover too.
Yeah, well, Mike Glover as well, right? And it's a very high standard to want to get into the training world, especially if you're charging money for it, right? And that's my perspective.
Yeah,
because this
Mike
isn't talking about you specifically, but I don't like people charging money when they're like not good at what they do. I'm not saying that that's where you're at now, but just in general, I'm pretty aggressive against that. That's kind of what my channel is built on.
Yeah,
value, stuff like that.
We went after Mike because he had done some questionable things, and then after he had his ND directly into his foot, and they tried to really sweep it under the rug. It's like, dude, you're running a Fieldcraft Survival is the channel that he used.
Well, I think you're mixing up Two Lamb and Mike, right?
Was it Two Lamb that did that?
See, here's the thing about Two Lamb. I've looked that up. I haven't found any proof that Two Lamb put a bullet in himself. And he's a guy I respect more than about anybody. And I haven't seen any proof of that.
The only thing that I found on that was like a Reddit post from like years ago where people were claiming that he lied about it and got fired. But again, no, there was no physical evidence or report or anything that I could find. So it's kind of like a online rumor that's just kept going. So I'm not sure about the validity of that.
Dude, think about this. Two Lamb is like fucking G.I. Joe, dude. He was a fucking Special Forces Green Beret. Best of the fucking best, dude. I don't think he put a bullet in his leg. I've never heard of that. A rumor on Reddit doesn't mean shit. Just like all the people talking shit about me online doesn't mean shit.
Dude, I do want to say, though, didn't you say coming on in the very beginning that even the best people make mistakes?
Yeah, but he's like he's more than just the best. He's like, you're talking top tier freaking operative, dude. You're talking about like somebody I respect more than just about anybody on this earth, man. And I'm not. If he did it, I don't know about it. But could it happen to him? Absolutely.
It could have even been a SIG P320. He might not have even touched it.
I mean, maybe, dude. I don't know.
I think there's a briefly here. There is a difference between respecting someone for their service and then respecting them for what content they're putting out. Like GBRS Group, they respectfully had probably done some badass shit in the sandbox and put some dicks in the dirt. Not taking that from them at all. But when they're giving bad advice or doing hazardous things, they still have to be, looked at as a man, if that makes sense.
Well, so yeah, my perspective on that a little bit is like if there's a video of like a on Facebook or Instagram of like somebody like falling down and people are like laughing at it because it's kind of comical, we don't actually wish harm upon that person. We just find that specific instance video funny. So like I don't wish anything wrong about you at all. I wish you the best in life. As we're all getting older and having more issues, it's a journey for everybody to continue to improve. But it's like we look at a bad video and we're like, that video is funny.
Yeah, right? That's what I thought. I thought it was comical, right? But are you familiar with Master Ken Enter the Dojo?
Yes.
Have you? So I initially, with the mustache and your overall, you reminded me a little bit of Master Ken.
You're comparing me to Master Ken? Holy shit!
No, I'm saying you looked like him, right? You had the same same mustache, the same facial features, and the same. I
think my mustache might look a little bit better.
I think it
does. Well,
I
can actually see that comparison because you remember that Tomahawk video that was in like 144p. It was so low quality; it was hard to see what was going on with like the music in the background.
It was great.
So I could see it.
I wore a beard for years. I've just recently started rocking the mustache over the last like month. I've always had a beard for most of my life.
But yeah, that was just where what I had thought about it was that I thought it was, I thought you would put it out with good vibes, good nature to have a laugh with people. I didn't know that you were wanting to get serious with it, right?
No, I did have a couple questions about your response video that you posted today, specifically about the claiming that we had like done defamation on you. Do you have anything specific about that? Because defamation is not like laughing at someone. That's not defamation. If I said like Lugaroo is a ex-offender and he's done this and that, that would be defamation. Like, right, me accusing you of some sort of crime, not saying that, hey, this video is silly, right?
Well, if you remember, I said I'm not sure or not, but I'm going to have to look into that. I said this is defamation of character or cyberbullying. I said I don't know if it is or not, but I'm going to look into that. I said that in the video. But yeah, I'm pretty sure you called me several names, and
well, but like that's the thing. I can call Bones a moron, but that's not that's my opinion that Bones is a moron. That's a constitutionally protected opinion.
That's everyone.
But when you took a solid hour and you were every 5 seconds pausing my videos and releasing, pausing it, and just
we have to
blatantly destroying everything about me, calling me everything in the book, all kinds of comments. I don't know. It kind of feels like defamation to me.
So the pausing of the videos, YouTube will strike our channel because
it's not about the strikes. That's the style of React content or whatever you want to call it. Is that it's we're transforming the video into something else, whether it's through review or critique or constructive criticism or even just comedy, which comedy sometimes is very mean, right? And it does suck to be on that receiving end, but like I've had many videos made of me. I've been sued by companies and whatnot. It's that's
part of
the
it.
internet. That's that.
Well, I have to say, it's almost flattering that you guys, because you're a pretty big channel, covered little old me. I've got 90, which actually just that one little thing gave me like 20 more subscribers. That's fucking crazy.
Oh yeah.
But
well, I liked it. And listen, I guarantee you this stream is going to get several thousand views. And I guarantee you're going to gain several hundred subscribers just for coming on. In fact, I pinned your YouTube channel to the top of the chat, so anyone can click that. It'll take them directly to your channel. Like, just coming on here and talking.
But that doesn't mean so much if all they're going to do is try to, talk shit about me the whole time. Like, I don't want that type of publicity.
I guarantee they're going to come in and give you props for coming on tonight.
There was a lot. If you go back to when you came on the channel, a lot of people were very surprised and gave you props for coming on the show tonight. The first half hour when you weren't here, people were like, "He's not coming on. He's running. He's blah blah blah." Because I was doing that. I'm trying to get you on. Bones is being really nice, and I'm like trying to get you on. And
you have to build up the tension, man. You have to build up the anticipation. Like, this is like show business, right?
No, I mean, I was thinking about that. Like, is he just showmanship and trying to build this up as much as possible and eke out or edge the chat, as they say? Yeah.
And I think too, with what you had said, like this is a lot of publicity, and you might think these guys are going to come to your chat or your channel and be negative. And I think some of them, sure, they will, right? People are trolls. They like to be funny. They like to be shitty. It is what it is. But I think you have a fantastic opportunity, and you have a good heart and have a lot of meaning from what I've seen in your videos to rebuild your YouTube channel and make good content and have people who already want to see it. Like, if you were to show a video, like if you look at what Trench Grenade does, he does fitness and he does gun stuff. If you were to do something similar where you show, like, this is who I am now, this is a training I do, and it's good, well put together content that is productive and that people want to see, people will like that, and they're going to be supportive of it. Because everybody likes to see a story where somebody maybe wasn't putting out the most amazing content ever and maybe got dogged on a little, but they took that and made it something great. Dude, they're going to fucking love that. Sorry.
It's all about growth, dude. And
yeah, exactly.
This isn't the only negative shit I've dealt with in my life. Trust me on that one. But I've grown from every negative thing in my life. So I will grow with this one as well. So, I'm not a YouTuber that's going to be on all the time. Again, I have a life outside of this, but maybe I can turn the channel into something beautiful. Maybe it can be more helpful. I don't think you guys are right with your cyberbullying. I think that's wrong. And I am really thinking about a foundation that goes against that. But also, I've watched your channel, and that's kind of what you do. So, like, I may not like it, but it doesn't matter if I like it or not, right? Because it's your channel. It's what you do, right? This is how you make. You probably make money here. You got 71,000 subscribers or something. I mean, like, they got to pay you off some of that. So, like, I get it. I don't like it, but I get it. I don't judge.
It's definitely
even though I've been judged pretty harshly, I'm not going to judge you guys for making money and getting ahead in life and making your channel flourish, even at the expense of other channels. You know, that's just kind of the way the world is, man.
Well, and I don't think this is necessarily at the expense of you. It definitely probably feels like that in the moment, but in the long run, like the growth from it, if that's what you choose to do with it, is going to be beneficial to you 100%. And I've had this sort of conversation with multiple people where like I go after them for releasing a bad product, for lying to people, for whatever it happens to be, because that's what this channel does. This channel is pretty aggressive versus a lot of the fluff that's out there nowadays. And there's a lot of people, in my opinion, my perspective on it, is that most people are like afraid to say what they really feel. They're afraid to speak out about bad products, bad companies, bad training, whatever it might be. And here it's an outlet for people to speak their mind freely. And sometimes that gets very mean, right? But it's honest.
And I think you take a lot of pride in what you pushed out there. I mean, I could tell by the video you made, how the response you made, what you're saying here, you took a lot of pride in it. And it's hard to hear someone critique it, especially to the degree that we did having fun with it, right? But I think you have the opportunity to like laugh with us and be like, yeah, some of what I posted was cringe. All right. It happens sometimes.
Well, and that's the thing too. I get crap to this day for videos that I posted 5 to 10 years ago. And I have to be the guy to be like, you're right. Those are bad videos, 100%. I hope that you can see from my new content, even if you don't like my new content, that I'm better, right, than what I was then.
I think that you should go back and find his first gun review and do a review of his first gun review.
Ouch.
And post that. I think
no, that's not my style, dude. I'm not gonna do that. That's not my style, bro. I'm not about feeding off the negative, bro. I'm trying to positively, put that positive vibe out there, dude. I've had a lot of negative shit in my life, man, and I'm trying to put out a positive vibe. And there's a lot of people going through stuff, man, and I want to put out stuff that helps them move forward and get past whatever they're going through. Dogging on somebody's shit, that's not me, bro. But
yeah, I think that's fantastic, dude. And I could tell, like, genuinely that is what you're about. With the things you said in the response video and stuff, there is a lot of positivity there. I think that, like we both been in, we have different experiences, different times, but like people give you shit sometimes. And I think don't let that drag you down. I think take constructive criticism, because I think there was a lot of that given. But don't let that, don't take it too personal, I guess. And I know that's hard to do.
I was pissed. I was pissed right after I watched it.
Yeah.
But I'm not as pissed anymore. Yeah. I was pissed at first, but I'm not as pissed anymore.
Funny is, I do agree with you on one thing though, because Randy reviews it. He actually made a video on me back in the day, and I was mad for like 24 hours. I posted it in my subscribes. I think I was like, what do I do? Do I respond to this guy? Like, what is it? But I resisted the urge to do it. He's lucky.
Dude, Randy reviews it is my arch nemesis. He always has been, and I still I hate you. No, I don't really hate you, bro. I don't hate anybody. I just don't like Randy reviews. And dude, I already knew that he was the cause of all this. He's the only one that it could have been. Because other than that, you guys probably would have never even seen my channel. So, fuck you, Randy reviews it. I don't like you.
What's the beef with Randy? Can I ask? I'm not familiar with it.
I think he's a Shadow System fanboy, and when I was talking shit about the Shadow System, he got mad about it, and he commented on that video.
I think
that was out of the blue, and that was the first time I heard from him.
I'll say this: I think Randy is absolutely 100% a Shadow Systems fanboy, and I think he would probably admit it.
Yeah, Randy says he's giggling like a little schoolgirl. He's in the chat right now.
100%. I think he may have been trolled once or twice in our Discord group for liking.
Well, that's
Shadow
the
Systems.
thing too. Randy gets a lot of hate from different people too for various
100%.
reasons. Some of it very deserved, sir.
I don't know if the live chat is still up, but if you go back and watch, a lot of people were being pretty mean to Randy during that.
Well, they're posting H for hating Randy reviews in the chat.
Yeah. Absolutely. We'll put the H up, bro. H. This is you, Randy. This is for you.
Bisexual, Hop says bisexual lighting Randy to differentiate him from the other better Randy. Ouch. Oh my gosh. Wait, this started out as the Lugaroo tactical stream. Now it's just a hit piece on Randy. Unbelievable. You guys are mean.
I love it. Hey, get some of your own medicine, Randy. How you like it, boy?
Well, all right, homies.
awesome.
We've been doing. It's late, guys.
Yeah,
Does
it's-
anyone have anything else they want to say before we get on out of here for the night?
I'm still open to fight any of you guys or take you on in a competition. So let me know. Like I said, I'm cruising all over the U.S. because I've got a lot of different shit I'm trying to do. But if any of you guys want to shoot, any of you guys want to compete, get in the ring, get on a course, let me know. I'm still a man of my word. I said it. I still stand behind it. If y'all want to throw down or get down, let me know. We'll set it up, make it happen, make it a spectacle, get some money like Jake Paul, man. We need to do the Jake Paul thing. We'll all get
be
rich.
funny. I could probably arrange a USPSA style match locally, so we could see about getting something like that done.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Hey,
I'm
this fall,
down
gonna try
to
and get
I'm
one.
down to shoot together. I think you probably got like 70 pounds of muscle on me. So for the purpose of preserving my life, I will pass on the ring match for now. But I will want to leave you with I'm. It shows a lot that you came out. I'm glad you did. I think everybody is better because of it. And
Yeah.
I think that whatever you want to
100%.
do with YouTube, if you don't come back to it, that's totally fine. But if you do, you'll have a lot of people who will watch your career progression with great interest.
Hey, man, we're like Cobra Kai, bro. Lugaroo tactical never dies.
There you go.
Hell yeah.
All right. Well, hey, man,
See?
I'm gonna read the super chats, but you have a good rest of your night, sir.
All right,
Well-
later.
Later.
See ya, man.
Oof. Well,
Holy moly,
as
we did it.
Alyssa says, that was awesome. It only took 4
We
hours
did
to
it.
work, but we got it done. Ladies and gentlemen, we
The
got
good
'em.
ending.
That was
The
good.
good ending.
Respect, absolutely. Yeah, respect to Lugaru for the stream, 100%. And
100%.
yeah, his link is pinned in the chat, and I will have to cut him a check for $200. So,
Damn.
I'm a man of my word.
Good for him.
Yeah.
You know what?
All right.
Props. to him.
Well, so let's actually get through those because yes, you guys have all been waiting out.
Oh,
Let me
yeah,
know. How did it
sure.
go? How did it go? Chat. How did it go? You guys have been here. Some of you have been here for 2 hours. How did it go?
Yes, thanks for hanging out with us, by the way.
All right. So these initial ones, Lugaru, if you're still watching, are going to be very mean because this was before you came on the stream.
Yeah, they
All
were
right,
upset
so
because you.
It gets
hadn't
bad
come on
before it
yet.
gets good.
So Brian Winters, let me see. The first one I have here is no one you know of. Okay. So Brian Winters for $5 says, dig the sand out of your snatch, put on your big girl pants, and join the call, you pansy. That was from Brian Winters.
Holy
Thank you very much.
moly! Also, I don't
No
know. They
one-
can't. It's not popping up on stream.
I know because
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
those were before we even
Oh,
started.
okay,
An hour
my bad.
before, so those did
Don't
not
wanna-
get saved in StreamYards.
Okay.
So shoot, no one you know of for $5 says here's some for you to join because this was after we offered to give him
Yeah.
all the money. Mr. Johnny Moo 1 for $20 says here is some money that will go to Focus if you don't join, or you if you do. Yes, it will go to him now. No one you know of says this makes me happy. Yes, and I think this is right when you came on.
Yes.
Huge ass for $4.99. Fantastic name. Says dude has big. I was in S-4 and I could have totally gone SF vibes. Those letters and numbers may mean something to you, good sir, but not to me.
That
Speak
basically
English.
means he's saying he was a nerd, but could have been a high speed. Which honestly, I don't think he owns what he did in the army. He wasn't trying to be like I was anything he wasn't, which I respect a lot because a lot of dudes who are in right now and forever, they're always like, oh, I'm a fucking Cap Scout, so I basically am like really close to SF or all that. He didn't do any of that, which is huge.
Gotcha.
I give him more respect than Tim Kennedy.
Dude, we could get Tim on.
500 grenades.
Yeah, just keep upping the ante. All right, no one you know of for 2 says Dos Mas. Jake Zorp, who was also on that stream last week, says, I made a nice comment on his response. I'm out here catching strays. Worst first live appearance ever. Hi, Bones.
Not as many
Hi,
strays
Jake.
as Trench was catching, though.
Trench cannot not catch strays. Something Original XX for $5 says, Lou, silence is never heard. We're not here to rip you. I'd like to know your story, please, and thank you. Yes, exactly. And listening to his life story, bringing us up to date with how he was versus how he is now, very wholesome, right? People love that sort of story. And like I said, even with myself, like I have so many cringe videos in the past, and it's just every day I'm reminded of them. I'm like, So I get it. No one you know of for $5 says this is for Bones and Richard to oil wrestler if he doesn't join. Lube
Hell
up,
yeah.
good sirs. Josh for $5 says y'all are leeches, including Richard.
100%.
worst.
I mean,
I am the worst.
I don't know if we're leeches. You guys do this all on your own accord. I have never asked for support, but thank you very much. So this is your fault, Josh. Mark for $4.99 says, you are the bearded Ferris Bueller of GunTube, and I mean that with the utmost respect.
Hell yeah.
Thank you. CK for $4.99 says, Freedom Home Setup. Oh, Dream Home Setup, I think you mean. Luxury flat range setup for pistols and long guns, or a 2-lane underground shooting range. You can't have both. I'll take the flat range. Yeah, the flat range with pistols and long guns. Underground sounds nice, but it's so much louder. You'll kill yourself with lead poisoning. Like, not a great idea, in my opinion. I'd rather have the outside one.
Indoor range is
kind of lame too.
Yeah, indoor ranges, yeah, kind of stuff. Brian Winters for 2 says, I am SC is good. Am SC is good when they can't read it. A super chat is good when they can't read it. Oh, damn it. Damn you. Damn you. You did that on purpose, Brian.
Got him.
Nick for $5 says, posting in Epic Bread. Yes. I think that was right when he showed up, because Logan drops $50. Tactical says, I am a man of my word. Yes, Logan is keeping his word and dropping it on the table. Logan's a champ. Mark, absolutely. Even though he took 5th. Mark for $1.99 says, Lugaroo up to 101 and an extra $199. Yep. Sheesh. Thank you, sir. I think the total currently is $146.94. Yeah. DB Cooper for $5 says, Lugaroo fund. Absolutely. He showed up. Nick for $5 says, I was here. Yes, you were, sir. Thank you. Seth for $5 just reread the title. I thought they'd been trying to coax Mark LaRue onto the stream. That would be equally wild.
I can try.
Wild. No, dude, he would not do it. Clay Cable for $1.99 says nothing, drops it on the table and walks away. Thank you very much, good sir. Zally Andrew says, please talk about how you chilled for BCA. Well, I never chilled with BCA. I did have good experiences with their products. Unfortunately, I kind of wish my early ones would have blown up. That would have been much more entertaining. Unfortunately, yeah, mine worked back in the day. And once I had my first problem with BCA, they never talked to me again. So
that side charging 556 10.5 that you had is still running.
It's I don't know. The ones the 4th that I got, Magic, they worked. Okay. I don't know what to tell you. They worked. Like I could not recreate that if I wanted to. The Cook Club is actually the only person who likes oatmeal raisin cookies. Just get rid of the raisins, please. Oh, Lugaroo sub check. Good question. Let me pull that up here. We're at 130 currently, up from 95. It'll be over 200, and I'll put his link in there. Okay. All right. Looking slim, man. Keep up the hard work. Down a couple pounds. We're doing good in that regard. Thank you, sir. All right. Only locals cry and threaten legal actions over cyberbullying. Yeah, cyberbullying isn't real to me. Like, just turn off the camera, turn off the computer, whatever it is, right? Just, you don't have to go look at the video unless you want to. Now, what's funny is Randy did instigate this, because Randy, are you still here? Because Randy posted the link to the live on one of his old videos.
Oh,
so,
man.
like, as soon as it happened, they're like, bro, they're roasting you on this live stream. Randy is just causing all the drama, which is funny because Randy setting all of this up got Lugaroo way more subs and $150 in his pocket. So good job.
Love-hate relationship
with
the
Randy. Loser now?
KB? We're talking about KB32 or Kentucky Ballistics, yeah. He wouldn't have strong opinions, so I wouldn't want to talk to him. It's like, hey, what do you like to do for fun? It's like, I like shooting stuff. Whoop.
Yeah, he'd just be happy the whole time and be like, yeah, I shoot big shit, blow it up.
Well, I mean, or we could talk about, like, getting shot with a 50 like from years ago now, but that's old news. Kevin Brittingham, that would be good.
Ooh, you don't have a hot tub though.
I don't have a hot tub. How do you know?
You don't know me.
Yeah, is it? All right, Richard needs to make cringe compilation. No, dude, 100K. We're doing a review of Focus Trip's old content and going through my 2 darkest, deepest secrets that may or may not have a mugshot attached to them. Okay. Okay. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, the video I made
sneak peek.
5 years from now.
Sneak peek for 100K.
Yeah. 5 years from now, the video that I helped
KB
with.
Talk. I used to talk to KB all the day, all the time back in the day. He actually gave me a shout out when I was doing steel targets. I think I sent him some steel targets or something like that for a video, and he shot them out on his channel a while ago. So we talked a long time ago.
I believe one of your very first shout outs may have came from me instigating it. John Patton over at the Gun Collective.
Yes, it was. Yes, that shout out from him gave me 2,000 subs in a day.
Damn.
Yeah,
2,000 subs in a day.
I hounded him and sent him emails with your video links for like 3 months straight. Like 2 or 3 times a week. I was like,
that's amazing.
Well, he was always asking for entries on for GunTuber of the Week to feature new up and coming channels. I was like, you've got to feature this guy. You were at less than 10,000 subs at the time. You were like 7,000 subs or 8,000 subs, I think.
I'd have to go back and look, but yeah, no, it was a crazy jump.
Yeah, you had just crested around 10 around that time, and yeah, I've been here for the long haul.
Ben, yeah, dude, I can barely handle the family I have. I can't imagine trying to run 3 YouTube channels and having another family somewhere else. It would take a truly insane man to try and pull that off. Some hyper degenerate weirdo.
I might know a guy.
I think it might take a large pharmacy to have enough energy to be able to do that.
I don't always want to have like Hop and Brass on because I know they would come on, but it's like I don't know. I don't want to just like, hey, come on this week. We'll talk about this, especially Brass, because Brass actually has a life, and I don't want to just waste his time talking to him about nothing. So
I don't think Carl would come on. I don't think he would. I can try, but I don't think
that would be wild. Irish, my request, John. What's your request?
Irish Soap is not the first one to say he wants to see Lugaroo and Lugaroo Thumb. I thought he had said Lugaroo and Trench together on a stream. That was referenced.
Oh, Focus Trip anti-hero. See, that's the thing. I don't know what to talk to them because they'd be like, "Hey, what do you think about this like thing in the military?" And I'd be like,
"Yeah,
I don't know."
I can help. I know.
I just have Bones like sitting in front of me.
Hold me up.
Or just off screen every time they ask me a question. I'm like, what does he mean by that?
Let me ask my lawyer.
You remember the presidential translator skit that Key and Peele used to do?
I think I've seen it before. It's been a while.
Yeah, he'd be your military translator.
What does all this shit
Trench
mean?
And Lugaroo on a stream.
Yeah.
Well, hey, so I do also have to say, thank you to Bones for getting this set up, because Bones started this by commenting on the response by Lugaroo and getting all of that done, and then I joined in like an hour after he had already started it. So this is 100% the fault of Bones. So Bones did the good, wholesome ending.
Yeah,
it's all responsible of him.
It was a lot of effort. Thanks for being here, y'all. Yeah. I'm so sorry to have wasted so much time.
Thanks to Bones.
Salam Dunkasar for $4.99, good name, says, I'm gonna buy a bunch of fake subscribers to your YouTube channel and then cancel all of their subscriptions right before you hit 100,000.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Yes, Bones is the man. Yeah, again, every time Trench gets brought up, it's just bashing. It's like, I won't watch anything with Trench in it, can't stand him, nothing worth hearing comes out of his mouth.
I think people are just, he started off making content people liked, and then he didn't, and now he's coming back, but people are mad about it still, which I get.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to figure out what his beef was with me.
You didn't have a camera on.
I know. Look at
me.
We
can't look at you.
Yeah, unbelievable. Yeah. I hate people who do that.
It's freaking
miserable.
It is. Yeah. It is absolutely the worst.
Just couldn't imagine. Couldn't be me.
Dude, it's so bad. Now every time we talk about Trench, it's now just like 10 comments in a row of my God. Trench. Okay, but with Bones, what do you got coming up before we get out of here?
Honestly, I'm putting together the hop mod. I drank the Kool-Aid. I bought an upper from Munition Works and had to drive out there to get it because I had a shooting course I was going to go to, and it ended up not even happening. So I drove 4 hours for nothing.
Damn. Oof.
Yeah. Well, real nice dude though. Honestly, dude from Munition Works, Dane is his name. Got to meet him. Super cool dude. He gave me a hat for driving out. He dealt with me being autistic for like 4 days straight while I was at drill, talking to him about the build. Great dude. And now I'm just hoping that I'll finally stop reconfiguring my rifle, and hopefully Uncle OG and I will make some more videos. He
Okay.
just moved, so that's what's going on. I like being here. So
Moving
Richard, what
sucks.
you got going on? Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah. I just want everybody to go and subscribe to Lugaroo. He's a great sport for coming on and having a chat. I also want to say go subscribe to Out of Focus Clips. I usually post about 3 to 5 videos over there a week where I take the streams and clip them down. And I also got in a couple of new optics and a couple of prisms and a couple of other things. Got my tripod, so I am going to be putting up some original content over there for you guys. I am just also in the process of moving, and I'm also trying to get my parents' house set up. They are moving as well, so we are going through a big life change around here, and just be patient with me. There will be original content coming. I appreciate you.
We've had to be patient with you for a long time, Richard.
I know. Thank you,
But-
guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, with all that out of the way, thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. I will see you in the next one. God bless.
Yeah.